Vague refers to something that is unclear or imprecise in its meaning or intention. Inconsistent, on the other hand, refers to something that does not remain the same or is not uniform in its behavior or quality.
I'm off to fridge temperature.
She'll actually listen to you.
Oh, that would be so cool.
We have headphones on, so you can't mess with her. Never mind. She cannot hear you.
Until you're playing it back later.
Right.
Oh,
hey guys.
Funny.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
First one in December, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because we were AI.
Halfway through the month.
Then it was just me and Lou, and then we canceled last week. I didn't even do AI last week.
That's probably a good idea. So busy last week.
Do we want to count this as episode 1 of season 2?
No, season 2 starts at our year's mark, son.
Oh, okay.
I think that's February.
February.
That's what I said, February.
Oh, what's new, guys?
You have to accept my dialect. I believe that's how it's done these days.
Maybe it'll be on a Wednesday.
It might be.
And every day's a Wednesday in my house.
Happening.
Wait, what?
Man, it's crazy. Well, it's a Wednesday, all right. Super wetness.
Hey, my cousin's now listening to the podcast, so we got cool.
Sir.
We're going to be cool to somebody who don't know Cliff Notes still exists? Really?
I did get a clarification on that, so we're going to I got it from my younger cousin. Right? If it's her daughter, it's the second cousin.
Second cousin? Your cousin, your first cousin's child?
Yeah.
Yeah, your second cousin. So I'm not saying that Spanx or whatever the hell that other one.
Spanx, Lou. That's the Cliff Notes porn.
No wonder Lou didn't pass because he kept going to the Spanx notes and he was like, oh, all right, I'm enjoying.
He's like, I'm writing this paper on fucking Einstein and I got Alberta Einstein writing half a paper about anal.
I mean, didn't he study black holes?
Her bush looked like Einstein's hair.
Exactly. I got confused.
And when you drop an ass low, it does stay low. Just the law of gravity.
I paid
when
attention
an ass drops,
to physics.
it stays dropped.
Exactly. Oh, shit.
We were too funny. Hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
So Sparknotes is the website, just to clarify. So I guess they're still referred to
by Cliff Notes.
They're still referred to as Cliff's Notes. And my response to her is, "What the fuck did Cliff do to get loose his notes?"
Mm-hmm.
A dad joke. Hashtag dad joke.
Poor Cliff.
Shall we talk about some of the jokes that we talked about at the?
No, we're not trying to get canceled here.
I mean,
are you afraid we're going to get demonetized?
I forget demonetized. I don't know if they'll let us play that. Holy hell, those jokes.
This isn't the Joe Rogan podcast. We can't do that.
Yeah, it's shit.
Yeah, he won't get canceled. He'll just get a bigger paycheck from somebody else. Let's be real. That's okay, though. That's okay. But damn, those jokes were funny. I ain't gonna lie.
Especially after a couple drinks.
Sorry, y'all. We can't. It was a very smartly written jokes. I'll say that. Very, very well done. But the content of the jokes may be a little much for today's generation. We'll just
yes.
If you like Blazing Saddles, you would have liked these jokes, but we can't tell them because they won't show Blazing Saddles anymore either. So there you go. Wait, that's not a joke. I say that shit daily. Come on now.
That's how Lou wake up in the morning.
As soon as I walk into the office. I don't even say that. I got to record it. Just hit play. We're good to go.
Right. It's a little figure of Lou. He pushes a button and it's like the singing.
Exactly. So I'm gonna turn myself into a bass on a wall. But dude, where the white women at?
We over here, Lou. Come get us.
Let me come push your button. That's my job.
You gotta ask me twice. Let's do this.
Well, it's been a couple weeks, boys. How you doing?
Oh my God, been good. We had so much to talk about. We haven't caught up on recent sports and more importantly, recent Skeleton Crew. 3 episodes out.
Right.
Jack is all about it. You know, he's grabbing the balls and sucking all the Skeleton Crew out of that one.
Whoa. Like, there's kids in that show. So maybe not.
Also has Jude Law, though. That man is sexy.
I mean, it's
The
I was
balls-
gonna say
the
Jude
balls-
Law.
He is a handsome fella.
He really is.
I
was
wouldn't
going to
say
say
no.
that
debonair.
the balls were already drained 4 times. That's how we got the 4 protagonists of the show.
I was watching Jude Law. My balls drained 4 times.
I'm glad it's only a half an hour episode. Else you'd be
it
all
works out.
emaciated and shit on the podcast.
Shit.
Lou, what's going on? God, I wish the skeleton crew wasn't an hour. I'm so
It's real
dehydrated.
simple. I saw Jude Law. Then they filmed my skeleton looking ass in the 28 years later trailer. You saw that zombie pulling up with looking like all bone. Yeah, that was me after Jude Law. I was like, I'm drained.
People thought that was Cillian Murphy, and he's like, "No, that is
Wait,
not me."
what?
Sir." Yeah, that zombie. They're like,
Oh
"Oh,
my
Cillian Murphy
gosh.
came back."
Well, because most people saw it on their computer monitors, and then a lot of people still got tiny ass computer monitors.
It's true.
Okay,
What's that
that's
say
fine.
about him, though? Like, bro doesn't. I guess he does kind of look like a zombie, though.
He does look. Yeah, I was gonna
And
say.
he did do.
I saw a scarecrow.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, he's like Christian Bale doing the machinist, but like all the time.
But
That's
see,
just
every time I
natural.
think about him, it is 28 days later, and he's
Yeah.
just butt ass naked.
Yep. Hair half shaved and shit.
Yeah.
I like both of those movies. 28 days, 28 weeks. How do they skip 28?
That's not a big enough time jump.
No, okay. I know.
It's
It's
like
only
two-
They're supposed to
2
be.
plus years. Even during the trailer, there are like hours, days,
Mhm.
weeks, and like even days. Okay, fine. You don't have to make
Right.
a movie, but at least say it there. Nope, they skip months there too.
Well,
They don't
supposedly
wanna
I
this
was
is
confuse
waiting
you.
for it during the trailer. I was waiting for it. It's like, okay, you're finally gonna do it.
supposedly this is the beginning of another trilogy too. So I don't know.
How are you going
We'll
to
have to
begin a
see.
trilogy when it's
Yeah, you
But
haven't
but
finished.
it's also like setting up like the next one
Okay.
is what I read.
Okay, I was like, you
So,
can't have a start of a trilogy without finishing the first one. Come on,
yeah. So this will
over
finish.
decades and
This will be
centuries?
like transition.
right?
So
Okay.
28 decades later.
yeah, 28 centuries later, everybody's just white. It's just
It's
light
zombies and
with some
spaceships.
zombie light.
Did the other 2 movies explain how they lived? Like, are they eating? Because it's a rage virus, so they're just beating people up. But how physically are they still alive? You know what I mean? It's like they would have died off.
Well, I
Was
mean,
there-
that's
did I
that's a-
miss an explanation in the first 2 movies?
But see,
No,
that
that's
was in 28 months later that you didn't watch.
Damn it!
But that's a
After
whole
I shoot
podcast
it.
on its own. We should definitely do a podcast of like weird movie stuff that never made sense to us. And I think that would fit perfect in there. Like how is it if you're not eating and you're just because they're not eating, they're not actually enjoying.
Right, they're just beating people.
They're
up.
just chewing on them. How are the zombies so fast in Dawn of the Dead? Those. I think we could probably come up with a whole list of things that we look back on when we movies and TV shows that just never made any sense to us and have a good chat about it. But yeah, no, that's something I've definitely had conversations with other people about with the, hey, how are the zombies still around 28, if they've already killed everybody that they're going to kill in general, right? There's going to be little pockets where, but if you're like, you happen to be stuck somewhere at a rest stop somewhere and you've already killed all the homeless people, like, what are you going to do after that? Like,
Yeah, like I said, hopefully they explain it. I'm okay with. I mean, exposition's fine. I'll take it for this. Just explain it. But they leave it open ended. I'm just like, okay, it's gonna be hard for me to critically anyway. I'll have to watch it a second time so I can appreciate it as a fan.
Cannot with you, though. Speaking of which, have you watched Skeleton Crew twice?
Yeah, I have
Okay.
all 3 episodes I've seen twice.
So Critical Lou isn't too hot on it.
Nope, Critical Lou cannot stand it. Let me take that back. Let me take that back.
are we
It's doing-
spoiling? Wait, real quick. Are we spoiling? Is there
Oh, yeah,
spoilers?
for sure.
Okay.
For sure. It's obviously not made for me. If you have kids or are a kid, you will probably like this show.
Check and check.
Right? It's like, but it's not god awful either, because I'm curious at what's happening. Like, how is it going to play out and what's going on with the hidden planet and all. There's some curiosity there. It has me reeled in for that. But I don't know if I could go as far as to say that is good, as in how they're doing it. Okay, maybe. But does that make it a good show? Not for me. For other people, I think they're going to love it. I mean, I think there's an audience for it. I'm just not their audience. And that's fine for everybody because I wasn't their audience. It was never made for me. So how it's going to tie into the bigger picture, because everything Disney Plus does is tying into somehow Palpatine returned. So I'm sure this is going to have
Wait,
some
he
effect on
returned?
that
When
too.
did he come back?
Yeah,
In Fortnite. It was in Fortnite.
Okay. They had an event. That would not surprise me these days.
No, it did happen.
it did actually happen. I was going to
That
say
is how Palpatine came back. They announced it in Fortnite right before Episode 9 came out.
Yep. I think wasn't it that speech thing, that radio broadcast, whatever? Yeah, that was going off. It actually happened, and they had a crossover, and yay. I found out because of the Lego movie, that came out a couple months ago. So that's how I knew about
I
it.
wish they had a movie that explained it. It would be nice.
That would be nice. But they'd have to actually make a movie where he's in it first, so they haven't done that. I mean, so they don't do. I mean, because if they did that, obviously they would explain it. They wouldn't just throw some stupid line in there. Oh, somehow he's here. They wouldn't do nothing like that at all.
Not at all. Completely unrelated to everything else.
They would explain it with some sort of Sith cloning, dark magic stuff.
Yeah.
All right. See, now you're theorizing. Like, let's just stop with the theorizing. Like, unless we know fact. Like,
that's fair. We shouldn't do that. But yeah, the first episode, I was like, whatever. The second episode, my thought was, I'm glad they made it a 2-episode premiere.
Mm-hmm.
Second episode was a little better. Still wasn't great. Third episode was pretty good for what it is anyway. For pretty good. The scale, the bar is really low. So for pretty good. But again, I enjoyed as a critic, whatever. As a fan, I enjoyed episode 3. Once I watched the second time, I was like, okay, now we're not looking for whatever. Just sit there and enjoy it with some popcorn. And it was like, hey, it was actually a fun episode. And I love that bird, freaking Kim.
Right?
The
should have bought her. Should have bought that pop at the Funko store.
I thought the same thing. As soon as she put, oh wait, I shouldn't assume people's gender. This is Disney, so we never know what the hell they're doing. I saw Lightyear. So with that one, I saw that at freaking at the Funko store last week, and I was like, I don't know what the hell this is. Right. And then I saw the episode and was like, damn, should have bought that Funko Pop.
Right?
That character was cool.
Would have got
you another $100, and you could have got another Winnie the Pooh.
Another Winnie the Pooh, yeah. Show would have.
I'm liking it though. I can just watch shit. I don't have to criticize anything. I'll just sit back and watch it. So for me, it's fine. It's Star Wars enough. You can tell it's Star Wars. There's aliens and hyperspace and all that junk. So let's see what happens. Plus, Hondo might show up. His ship was already in it.
Oh, did you confirm that? Did you go look at that?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, right on.
Yep.
So I like it. Cool, though. I think as the story, there are 5 episodes left. It's an 8-episode series.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
And I think it'll keep growing on me as a fan. As a critic, I don't know if I'm ever going to appreciate it. I'm not saying that I can't. It's just that they need to wow me, and they haven't yet. Critically speaking, fan speaking, I'm already 2 was better than 1, 3 was better than 2 episodes. So it's already growing on me where I'm liking it more. Again, I said the same thing would probably happen like it did with WandaVision. Had to get through the first 4 episodes before I actually enjoyed it. Same thing here. I'll probably get through the first 4 episodes before it's like, okay, now we're going somewhere.
He said that about Acolyte too, though. So
that is, yeah, there is that. I had, but the trailer for Acolyte was so good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Man, I thought that was going to be such a good show.
I don't understand. I mean, I think right now, like, Skeleton Crew's like 95% on Rotten Tomatoes, which is pretty crazy. It's like the highest rated Disney
not sure how
Disney Plus streaming service series. But I mean, I agree a lot with what Lou said about with his critic hat. Like, obviously the show isn't meant for me, which is fine. I'm not saying, again, not everything that Star Wars is meant for me, right? Like we were talking about
the Young Jedi Adventures have you watched?
Right. Zero.
Well, and even the Star Wars, the most recent Lego
Destinies. Not everybody watched that.
The most recent Lego, the 4-episode thing. But again, not for us. That was not made for us, right? Like that was definitely, and that's something that I think our generation has a hard time accepting, is that we expect all Star Wars, all Star Trek, all Marvel, all X, right? Whatever fandom that you're part of, that, they're gonna, whatever they make, they're gonna make it for us, and when it's not, it's like, well, fuck this, I don't care about it anymore. And there are aspects of Skeleton Crew that I do like. I think the Jude Law thing is gonna be an interesting development. You know, it's when we're sitting in a room and somebody goes, some, you know, nondescript, you know, extra goes, "Oh, where are you guys from?" And then one of the kids goes, "At-Atten," and then like three others are like, "What do you mean At-Atten, At-Atten?" And I'm like, "What do you? Shut the fuck up! Shut the fuck up!" And maybe kids are that dumb that that's what they do these days, but I was just there was a lot of that.
They don't know that they're from a special planet. That it's just boring ass suburbia Star Wars to them, so they don't know that.
But I guess the every time they talk about it, it's like an exclamation, and we have to like draw attention to ourselves. And I'm like,
just because they're around a bunch of pirates, though.
But my point is that's the stuff that stood out to me as being like annoying, but they have kind of tone, or the like, hey, let's all stay together, and then they immediately all go different directions, and I'm just like, I get one of them going off. I like Max Rebo with the nice hair. I know he's not a Max Rebo, but he's still just going to be Rebo with the nice hair to me forever and ever.
Bro, Neil Nation, accept it. Neil, he has a name. His name is Neil.
Neil with the nice
up in this bitch.
Neil with the nice hair. I think it'll be interesting to see what happens with the parents. I know there was a conversation about that in our chat when it came out, but I definitely think that the mom knows way more about what's going on than anybody else does.
Nah, I think the dad knows more.
No, I think the dad's going to be surprised. I think the dad is supposed to be us, right? Like the protagonist as far as that goes. Because when he's like, we have to go to the supervisor, and she's like, I'm going to go talk to him. I'm like, wait a second. They kind of give this impression that the droids kind of run everything. There's like an ambassadorship and like the students and stuff like that, but everything's run, for the most part, a lot of it's run by the robots.
I just saw the name tag.
Hate you guys. Wait, what's this? Oh no, my internet's dropping out. Oh no.
Wait, so what was it? The lesbian moms and the dad, they were analysts? I thought.
Well, I mean, they established that in the first episode was that you took this test, and the test either made you.
I get that, but just go back to the parent. No,
right.
For the parents.
Right.
Tell me, because I don't remember which two were the analysts.
What's the kid's name? Kip.
KP, the droid.
The droid girl is KP.
Right.
Okay, that was one. Who the other one was an analyst too? I can't remember. Was it the mom or the dad?
The dad. The dad's an
okay.
analyst.
Well, the dad. So the dad.
Because that's his whole. That's Wynn's whole thing is. My dad's just a boring analyst. I want to do so much more.
Yeah.
Like that's his whole character arc is that he wants to become more than his dad.
What was the mom's
he has a mom.
No, the girl there's
Fern's mom?
Yeah.
She's an ambassador or something? She's not an analyst. She's like a person.
Right, I know she's not I only two of them
like
analysts, but I can't remember what the third one was.
Yeah, I think they refer to her as an administrator, but they don't like. It's not like an administrator of the school. It kind of felt more global. The impression that I got from it.
I don't know that any of them will know what's going on while said and done. I mean, it doesn't seem.
I'm only speaking from the administrator from Fern's mom's reactions, where it seems that to me it seems like she knows more because they'll come in and be like, "Oh yeah, we should just listen to whatever the droids say," you know, that type of thing. And the badge, I watched like facts of the episode or whatever, and like the badge like is the badge that she gives Fern for being like the best student in the world or whatever is like really old Orabesh, like if you break up the badge, so it talks about like old world and some other stuff that gives me the impression that she has a better idea about what's going on than the other parents. Does she know that much more? I'm not sure, but
so that's going to set up Kotar. That's what we're doing.
Was that Kotar?
The show's going to set up Kotar.
There we go.
I mean, it is supposed to be 1,000 years. The way this planet, it seems like they're 1,000 years. That coin, wasn't that a not older than High Republic coin?
Yeah,
it was Old Republic.
Right.
I think that's
So they've gone through the clone. They've gone through the Clone Wars, the Galactic
Republic.
War, they've done the High Republic, the Galactic, the Clone Wars, the Empire, the New Republic, and now we're where we're at, right? Because this is supposed to be set like
in New Republic, yeah.
This is like Mando 5-ish years after Jedi kind of time frame.
So their history, like those coins, they go back 1,000 years. So if not, if not older, if not older, but at least 1,000 years. So it's again, the curiosity is there, but they need to. I don't know. I'm just not going to be pleased if they tie it into another Palpatine crap. It's like, why can't they just do something on its own?
I think it's going to depend on how long that planet's been hidden. Did it disappear during the Empire or before?
Before.
Well, the scroll that Kim broke out, Kim, right?
Mm-hmm.
Was written on paper, which they don't use anymore and haven't used in.
That's what I'm saying. They've been hidden for over 1,000 years.
Yeah. So it should, in theory, have nothing to do with Palpatine.
So
In
the
Just
theory,
because
but if he
he
found
might not
it-
even know about it.
But if he found out and then directed them to work on his cloning project or whatever, or ships, they could have built the ships from Exegol. Like, how did all those ships show up?
One of the articles, videos, whatever I was watching was saying that their thought was that the planet was created by the original Republic or High Republic before, and then when the Jedi Sith War happened, like the OG Jedi Sith War, they destroyed all 8 other planets but kept that one alive. And so it's been a millennia, right? It's been around
but why?
for no idea. They didn't know why that one was left alone where the
That
other
was
8.
a theory, but without a why to go with that theory.
But again, we're only 3 episodes in, so we
Who
won't
came
know.
up with this theory?
People that have a lot more time on their hands than we do.
Yeah.
So I know not to watch their podcast for dumb shit like that.
Yeah,
we
watch
have this theory,
podcast
but
for
we're
dumb
not
shit.
gonna.
Yeah,
not
watch
gonna
this
watch
podcast for dumb shit.
Exactly. We got that covered, man. That's our corner. Stay in your lane. Here's this theory that we have, but we're not going to tell you. We don't know why we have this theory. We just do. It's like, oh my god. Okay, great.
Well, I think they were putting that together because of the coins and that type of thing. Like that was what they were saying that because I think didn't Kim say during the episode that the other 8 planets were destroyed? Like
I believe so.
The scroll that she had 9 planets on it, and she said 8 of them were destroyed.
I'm more curious how they destroyed the planet back then.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Sith power.
That's the one that got when they said that, I was like, how in the hell did they destroy planets back then without the way? Well, I'm sure they had whatever way. Maybe there was a celestial buried inside the planet, and the
Silver Surfer.
They didn't mention it at all for
for
like 3 years.
Yeah, why not?
I could see that.
And there you go. Now we have Patton Oswalt's Parks and Rec speech put together, like merging Star Wars and Marvel.
So here we are, halfway through the season on Tuesday. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
I have a meeting that night, so I'll watch it late. But again, I'm curious enough, and I'll continue to watch it twice. I'll continue to probably shit on it the first time I watch it, and enjoy it the second time I watch it. I'm hoping though that changes, and then as it progresses, it'll be like, hell, that was a good episode. I'm just waiting for that moment. That's all. Mm-hmm. Again, it doesn't have the same feel of Acolyte. So Acolyte, I was hoping
more that
would happen.
Together. It flows
Yeah.
better. Whether you like the topic, the story, or not, it's more cohesive than Acolyte felt.
This is more like Mandalorian, where each episode feels like an episode, but still tied to the whole.
Right.
Which the other Star Wars shows that really didn't do that, or whatever. But I'm curious. I did not get to the point. I thought I was going to get to the point where it's like, okay, this is bad enough that I will binge it when it's all done. I'm not at that point. I don't think I will get to that point. So I can enjoy
I'll just
it.
pester you about it.
Probably. Or y'all would be like, okay, let's talk about Skeleton Crew. I'm like, all right, y'all, I'm gonna play Xbox real quick.
Mute.
Yep, have fun.
Text me when you're done so I can turn
Like
my
one day, like last week when I said, I'll watch it tonight because I'm busy doing something. And then I look at my phone 2 hours later and it's like 100+ notifications. And I'm like, what? I'm not fucking reading all of these. I'm sorry. Like, motherfuckers.
It wasn't even all about Skeleton Crew.
Right. I know. That's the shitty part is like, I'm like, well, now I got to go through all these to figure out what I might have. I might actually have an interest in responding to.
Bruh, you would have had to have pooped eventually. Just read them all then.
Right.
Unless you're a fast pooper, you would have got it all covered in that one sit down session.
I'm a variable. My governor sometimes is fast and then other times is slow.
Exactly.
Lucky for y'all, I'm really fast. I get in, get out.
Right?
Just like at Disney, get in, get out. Missed the whole trip to the Lego store.
Yeah, you did.
So I guess that's a good transition point.
Lego, the pen store across from there.
Hey, I made it over there. That's where you guys were when I came out. I made it to the pin store.
You know what we missed though? They have a new Marvel store down there. We didn't even check it out.
Dude, they got the Roosevelt store too.
Yep.
Or
the store that sells Roosevelts down there.
Yeah, we didn't do any of that.
Well, some of us had to get on the road.
Well, no, some of us didn't want to pay $10 for parking.
Yep.
Because our 3 hours was coming up with what it was. Because if it wasn't for that, we would have hit those places.
Yep. Well, it's like when
I'm gonna drop $600 in a lightsaber, and I ain't paying $10 for parking.
Nah, that was me I went shopping yesterday, and I was going to get money out so I could break some money for drinks at the party last night, right? So I'm like, yeah, shit, give me $60. Like that'll be a 75-cent charge for a cash back at the grocery store. I'm like, nope, fuck you.
No. Wait, they charge that now at the grocery?
Yes, it said 75 cents. I'm like, nope.
Well, that's Vegas, though. Every ATM costs money in Vegas.
It wasn't even an ATM. It was at the grocery store.
But technically, it's an ATM, right? You're getting cash. I'm saying just from...
Shit, I'll go to my actual bank.
There you go.
I will drive the 2 miles to my bank before I pay you 75.
All 2 miles?
What grocery store is doing this?
It was Smith's right here by the house at Sky Canyon.
Crazy.
Right?
75 charge.
It'd be one thing if you were just getting cash out, right? Like you were like, okay, I just
right.
$100.
Then you treat it like a proper ATM. Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
But I had bought some peanut butter whiskey eggnog. I got some other food. I was already spending like $100 in groceries.
Hang on, I need to go to the store and buy booze so I can get cash back for all the booze I'm going to be drinking the following night, so I can tip some motherfuckers.
Yeah, pretty much.
But that's what I heard.
Well, luckily the wife had gone to a bingo with some friends, and she won, so she came home with that fat stack of ones that I showed you guys.
That explains that. All right. I was like, Little Darlings was hiring her.
Yeah, no shit. Right? Little Darlings amateur night. Jack was like, I'll give it a spin.
Right?
I mean, you saw the sign. It said hiring opposition.
Yep.
Yeah.
All of them. Even the dudes.
Yep. Somebody's got a DJ.
Yep.
Cover the door.
Dude, I read an article when I was pooping earlier that there was a DJ at one of the strip clubs here that one of the dancers like straight shivved him. He's in the hospital and shit. Like he was doing his work and he goes, I have no idea. Like she seemed super cool. Like we always got along. I always played her music. And I guess she like just came up behind him and was like, bop, 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 and then like turned around and walked out the building. And he's like, ow. Like, and he was on the ground. He was like, oh my God. Like in the hospital now he survived. But like, he was like, I had no idea. But then like they were interviewing the other girls and they were like, oh yeah, she's
that bitch crying.
She's cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Like, yeah, but that's crazy. Like, yeah, it's not, you know what? It's not safe to be a DJ at a strip club anymore. Where are we gone as a country?
Right.
You know,
my first thought was, I mean, because I'm more of a criminal mind, is that somebody he got beef with hired her to go take care of that.
Maybe
that would have been my. I would have been like, all right, he's got some issues with somebody. She came in, she works there. It's like, hey, I need you to do this. Here's what I'm going to pay you to do.
You still have to be a little cray to actually do it, though.
I mean, not really if the price is high.
Or be under some sort of like, you know, it's not something where it's like, I'm going to give you $100. Like I think there's got to be
there could be some behind the scenes stuff that we don't know about. There could be some drug shit going on we don't know about. That could be some high dollar shit. Because I'll tell you right now, somebody walks up to me and says, look, yo, I got 10 million. I got 100 million. Obviously, there's a number. There is a number for almost everything. I won't say everything. There's a number for almost everything that people will do it for that dollar amount. Whether it be criminal activity or just gross, nasty shit. We all saw, our generation, we grew up with that stupid ass TV show where people are eating fucking bugs and what the hell? Who the hell hosted
Fear Factory?
Fear Factor, that show.
We're the Rogan.
We're the reason that Joe Rogan exists. You're welcome, America.
Yep. But I mean, I was like, I ain't doing that. It's like for 10 grand. All right, give me them bugs. You know what I mean? So
I eat that cockroach.
Again, the dollar figure has got to be worth it, but ain't no doubt. Hey, I need to go in and stab this person right here. Right?
All you got to do is smoke some crack for $10 million, Lou.
Fine. Yeah, done.
Shit, sold.
Right? You got to commit a crime. Okay, which countries and how extradition and all that. Right? Let's get this settled. What's the level of crime? Yep. how much do I need to be set up in what country? How far my dollar go in that country? But we gonna have a conversation.
What's the conversion rate right now?
right? 44,000 to
Just don't go to
291.
McDonald's afterwards, Lou.
No, man, what kind of dumb shit is that, man? Are you crazy?
They will straight sell.
Wanted that McRib that badly.
Snitches.
That's why you DoorDash, so you have
That's
like
true.
the obfuscation, right? It's layers, right? There's somebody making
DoorDash
the
isn't
food,
gonna snitch on you.
somebody else not related delivering the food. Like,
Oh yeah, you got to be able to figure out. Again,
But a
criminals
fresh
are so
McRib,
stupid.
though, when it's still warm.
It is good though. Minus the pickle, man. I can't do the
slap.
pickles on it.
Really?
I want them. I
All of
want
it.
them extra onion slivers, but you can keep that pickle.
Dude, one time when it came back, it was a couple years ago. I was ordering it, and I guess I fucked something up. I open it, and it's just the McRib patty. I'm like, "Where's the fucking meat?"
oh,
Where's
you
the
got that
pickles?
protein. You got
Right?
that protein
It
bun.
was just the meat,
God, I
well,
forgot.
we're out of lettuce. I guess we'll just
pickles.
put it.
right? So I went back and looked at my order. I'm like, "No bread. What? Who ordered this?"
Did you get somebody else's order? What the hell?
This is not the same Jack that ordered this meal.
I would be mad, man. You know what? They're about to get another $6.99 off of me.
For real, though.
What did I say that indicated that I didn't need bread? I saw was trying to help you out there, bro.
I saw your diabetic patch.
Yeah.
Trying to keep your
You
carbs
look-
low.
You look like the last thing that you need is more carbs.
Yeah, dude, that was so funny. I think it was the last time they brought the McRib. I don't know if it was last year or the year before. The last time they did it, and I saw that price tag, I was like, whatever happened to the $5 meal for the McRib and buy an extra
Right.
McRib for $1?
Right?
It was $6 plus tax to get 2 McRibs, fries, and a drink. I'm just like, man, I
Let
don't
your
know
boy
if I
get
can.
fat. Dang.
Man, for real. They need to treat that shit like drugs, man. You got to give it to me at a cheap price, McDonald's, so I can come back for
For
more
the
later.
no,
man.
cheap for the first week. So for the first week, it's $3, but then
That's what
every
I'm
week
saying.
afterwards, it goes up like 50 cents.
Man, they get my money. I ain't gonna lie. that shit would work. Oh my god, man, we haven't even talk about Segway and fucking Legos. We didn't even talk about Disney yet.
Nope. Segued
Damn.
way off track.
We went way off to the side on that.
Jackson have a tough time editing this, so we actually get the segue to go.
Nope.
Like puts this.
one, right? Because even Duke's like speaking, it's like, yeah, it's a good segue. Speaking of which, talk about the Lego store, and then we just did not
Tangent.
talk about and then we just not talk about Disneyland.
You know what? It's the poop. It's the poop talk. Poop
It
talk
was.
just completely
Poop
derails it.
will do
Yeah,
that.
poop and
Yeah.
dispense and all that.
Poop
Poop will derail you, whatever you're doing. Just
man,
Actually, you should listen to this podcast while you poop.
especially
Yeah.
when it's not expected.
it's a good pooping podcast.
It is.
It is. You sit there, put the podcast on, while you're playing your phone game, get the noise.
Take a look at the toilet paper roll. If it's not over the top, then you got to switch it.
Yeah, that's road. For those of you doing that right now,
Yeah,
flip that
if
shit
it's
around.
Number one, if it's an under and it's not at your house, rotate that shit around and then
Flip it.
unfriend that person. Because
I
you don't need that
can't.
negativity in your life.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I wish I could. My parents do that, and every time I visit, I flip that shit over too.
You go from wow to mom.
He just sneaks into his parents' bathroom in the master bedroom and flips it over and just fuck
Yeah.
with them.
They
He
know
waits until-
sneak. They know sneak. I barge right in. I know y'all shit's fucked up. Come in here and do this real quick. I go there. All 3 bathrooms have the toilet rolls fixed and their pantries organized. That's what happens when I visit.
Lou's like, I'm here one night. I can get out. I get away with 2 hours of sleep. I got to redo that pantry right now.
Man, the can labels are all just different directions. It's just terrible. Shit everywhere. At least the soda's all together in one spot. I mean, you got to organize them, and by like how much soda's left in each one. It's like, no, you got to balance it. You got to straighten shit out every time. Every
So-
time.
So,
With that being
anyways,
said, last weekend
Yeah, I was going
we
to say,
all-
great
we all-
segue.
the
we all got
reason
together.
we
all got
didn't
together
have a
and went to
podcast
Disneyland
last
together.
week is because none of us were home Sunday night.
Yeah. Hey, Duke, why weren't we home Sunday night?
Flying, driving.
All the
Mhm.
above, right?
Yeah.
Facts.
So-
We spent last Saturday.
It's Friday.
Was it Friday?
Start with Friday.
Well, start. I mean,
Friday.
Friday, y'all drove down.
That's true. Duke flew into Vegas on Thursday night.
got lost.
It's because I live in the middle of nowhere.
Did you really? I didn't hear this story.
Well, yeah. Well, so like I went. So none of the roads out there are like Google mapped yet.
They are not.
So like it's like make a right here and make a right here. Hop over these 2 fences and that's
Wait.
Jack's house. And I'm like,
Are you
what the-
sure? Because I put
Yeah.
the address in and it was fine.
no, mine had like a dash line, like where it's like the house is here,
This is
but
a
you're
dirt
over
road.
here.
No, mine gave me all the streets. So what, Monterey or whatever. the hell.
Moccasin.
Yeah, whatever
So-
that shit is. It gave me all that. It was fine on mine.
It gave me the address, but it wasn't, for some reason, the Android Auto didn't see Moccasin as a road. The only reason I knew it was Jack's because I pulled up and I saw the license plates, and I was like,
So that
all right.
wasn't. That's not. Android doesn't have Google Maps.
but it didn't have Moccasin on the.
That is so weird because
Yeah.
it was 3 days later, and I had to use the same thing. Got the address. I put it in my maps, and it came up just fine. That's wild. That's wild.
So I turned around once in the cul-de-sac just to make sure, and then I pulled up, and then Jack's house dark as fuck. His new house dark as fuck. I'm like, I pull up, and I'm like, I'm about to get fucking murdered because there's no street lights.
Huh?
There's nothing. There was like 4 cars just parked on the side of the road. People either getting handies, blowjobs.
I was about to ask you,
smoking crack.
were those fuckers outside the gate?
I should have just pulled up. The gate was open, so it wouldn't have mattered.
No. I mean, like as you're approaching, before you make the left to go into the complex, were those people in front of you?
No,
were
they
they
were on
all-
that back
okay.
that back road between Jack's house and the
Yep.
fossil beds.
Yeah.
I almost
Creeping.
felt like pulling up behind them and just shining my lights from brights, just being like, "Brother,
They
what are
would
you
have
guys
shot
doing?"
you.
We did that one time tangent. When Pokemon Go was a thing. I was out with a couple of my friends here. We were driving around, and there's a park nearby, and we were like, "Oh, well, let's go there because there's like 2 stops." And so we pull up, and it's 9:00 at night, 9:30 at night. We pull up behind this pickup truck. We have our lights on, and we're all fucking just Pokemon going. And all of a sudden, we see 2 heads pop up in the bed of the truck. We're like, "Shit, they're naked." We fucking totally, and they like threw their clothes on real quick and got out of the car and hopped in the cab and took off. We're
Wow.
like, shit, we just mom and dad them having sex. Sorry, kids.
They're looking for them diglets.
But yeah, then I got the tour. I got the nickel tour of the house. And then, stayed the night in the casita, which was nice. Thank you again, Jack, for letting me crash there. And then we left Friday morning, like 10-ish. Got on the road. It'd been a while since Jack and I had done a really long road trip together, just the 2 of us. So that was a nice change. And then we did Del Taco.
Barstow.
Hells yeah.
Shout
Yeah.
out Barstow Del Taco. If y'all on the 15,
Original Del Taco.
exactly. Vegas to LA drive, hit. Wait, which one did y'all hit?
The one we got to on Linwood. Night
Oh,
Wars.
boo! That ain't the real one.
It's one of them.
No, it ain't.
It is.
No, it ain't. That shit came out so much. No. There were Del Tacos everywhere else. Remember, because Linwood didn't get built till later. That whole Linwood Mall and shit that didn't get built till later.
All right.
Way later. Yeah.
That's
Shit.
not what the Del Taco history says.
Del Taco history in Barstow. The original was off First Street, and that one I think still closed. I think that one closed, and then they got Mountain View and all that. But the first, I think the First Street one, because my parents used to go to that one.
But it's labeled
the
as the original Del Taco and not just Del Taco.
It's
I
one
mean-
of them, yeah.
yeah, it's one of the first couple.
And
out
so the
there.
menu's a little bit different.
Hell yeah, taco salads, proper taco salads, not that big bullshit.
Well, so Duke got chicken tacos, right? He's like, why can't I finish all of these? I'm like, because they make them bigger here.
That's right.
I'm like, dude, we used to both do Del Taco and get like a 20-pack of chicken tacos on 2 for $4 chicken taco night, and now it's like
Nah,
I'm eating 2 of them, and I'm like,
Barstow fills you up. You get 2 regular tacos, and it's like, damn, I'm good. Now we overdo it because we don't see it that often, so we get taco bun, taco salad. We're all about it.
but we picked a perfect time to stop because we walked right up to the cashier, put our order in. By the time our food shows up, there was a line going all the way out the door.
Mm-hmm.
We're like,
Damn.
all right, we picked a good time to show up.
That's because y'all left so late. We got there at lunchtime.
Yeah, we weren't in a rush. Some of us still had to do our daddy duties in the morning, so
Daddy duties were done at 8:30, son. Y'all did leave till 10.
I had to figure out where I was going to leave my hamburger, Lou.
That is okay. That's a good point.
And then we got to LA around 2:30. Met up with Lou and his girl in Hollywood.
Hollywood.
Up off the side of the street.
Yeah, I picked them up.
Hollywood
Like,
swinging.
Hose.
Straight up too. And literally with luggage and shit on the
Yep.
side of the street that pulled over while there was a stop at a red light,
get in, go.
loaded it all up and got in the car. That's not even a joke. That happened.
And then once we picked everyone up, we drove around a bit to try to find parking or figure out what exactly we were going to do. We ended up going to the Funko store. And that place, I think I had never been there before. Jack's first time.
Yeah,
And
it's the first time I've been there.
Lou, you had been there before, right?
Yeah, this is my second time.
So the three of us got the three who hadn't gotten Fun Code before, Fun Code ourselves.
Yeah, we were there like an hour and a half, 2 hours.
At
Man.
least,
We were there
forever.
a while.
We had to kill time before the cantina opened.
That's the thing, though. We had to kill time, but we still would have spent that much time anyway. We weren't even trying to kill time at that point. We just did because there was so much to see.
Yeah, like I said, my sales marketing person, part of my brain was tripping out because I was like, so much wasted sales space because the
on Hollywood Boulevard. Did you know it ain't cheap?
Yeah, so
Price
Hollywood
per square foot. Oof.
The Hollywood Funko store has these giant dioramas, for lack of a better term, with the Funko characters in them. And the Funko characters are anywhere, 6 to 7 feet tall, where normally the Funkos are that's
4
all.
inches. 4 inches, yeah.
So, but they have some. There you go.
Sabine Warren.
But yeah, so these were, I don't know, I guess life size? What would you call them? They were...
Yeah, I guess.
That's big. Probably a good way to describe it. If you as a person, you're a 6 foot tall person and you were a Funko Pop, that's basically what
they had. They had a Harry Potter, Star Wars.
That's your base scale, though, because the Hagrid one was
big.
Way big. Yeah, he was probably the scale of if he was real. If we were Funkos, that thing was ginormous.
Yeah. But again, going back to our conversation earlier about Skeleton Crew, right? Like you're there and it makes you feel like a kid because all of the Funkos are all big and they did do a really good job of laying out that store. I feel like with the dioramas and stuff like that, a ton of photo opportunities and that type of thing. Like definitely doing a ton of fun. Wow, a ton of fan outreach type stuff. Except for the sports section. Sports section was a little lacking.
It was weak.
It was pretty weak. Yeah.
It was
out of all the different areas, I feel like that one is the one that
I don't think they had any hockey. It was like a
few football
and baseball.
A few football and baseball, basketball.
Yeah. No,
I think that the biggest one was actually the wrestling area. The wrestling wall seems bigger than
most of the sports
seemed bigger than any of the other walls.
For sure.
There was an exclusive Danny Trejo that I guess we missed by like a week.
Yeah, we missed. Danny was in the studio, in the building rather, signing, and they didn't do extras, or they did extras and they sold out, or whatever, or you had to be there, whatever the case being. They had the pop, just not on it.
You can buy it on DannyTrejo.com for $180. If you love Machete that much.
Shit.
We could what we should have done is just bought it and then went to Danny Trejo's pizza place or taco place, and then had him sign it there.
If he was there, yeah.
Oh, I'm like he's doing anything else right now.
There could be some beat-ass movie that he's filming right now.
Machete in space.
Machete in space. That's true.
There you go.
Yeah, and then we meandered past. It was really hard to keep Lou from going into Deja Vu, where they had 100 cute girls and 3 ugly ones. Wasn't that what the logo was?
It is, but look, if they advertise 100 girls and 3 midgets, then damn.
Yeah, we would have spent our time there instead of.
That might have been a different Friday night. I'm just saying.
Yeah, next time.
My Disney bucks would have all been spent. Sorry, lightsaber. I saw midgets.
I got a midget lap dance.
Man, that sounds so good.
You'd have to have one on each leg.
Yeah, for us, fine. Let me back up. I'll back up 20 years. Where you at, Debbie Carrington? My little Ewok midget.
Lou's like, I'm going to do a mail-in for Luke Skywalker at Celebration. Oh, no, I'm waiting in line for Debbie Carrington.
Did, too. I had that's probably, of Celebration, that's probably my biggest, cheesiest grin was that photo with Debbie Carrington. Not even going to lie. That is probably my biggest smile of all the photos I took. It's like, hey, James Earl Jones. Cool. Debbie. I'll catch up with you.
How you doing, girl?
Guys, it's Billy D. Williams.
And right, and there he goes. Yep, you're right.
How tall is he in real life? Oh, he's like 5'11". So then we meandered on down to the cantina.
The Scum and Villainy
Cantina, which is in Hollywood. It's a sci-fi themed bar for those that don't know. So you walk in and there's panels like LED panels from Star Wars, also a bunch of panels from Star Trek. It is themed very much like the cantina from Star Wars, with the booth cutouts and the tables in the middle and that type of thing. It's the second time that we've been there, and both times I think we've had it's been one of the highlights of the trip both times, right?
For sure.
Oh, yeah.
We
No
were there
karaoke this time, and it was still good.
Yeah. Our bartender was cool. Both bartenders were super cool. Everybody dresses up there that works there. We saw like probably 3 waves of people come and go. So kind of in some regards, it felt like in some regards, it kind of felt like Olga's, where they hadn't kicked you, where they just forgot to kick you out, right? Because like people would come in and have like a couple drinks, and then they would leave, and then the next wave would come in, like, and we're just sitting there just hammering the drink menu and the food menu, and then telling very inappropriate jokes. Yeah,
inappropriate is really perspective.
No, not in this case. No.
Yeah,
no.
I tried to sell that, y'all. No, they were inappropriate.
No.
It was the anti-skeleton crew, really, as far as that goes.
It was wow.
That was aimed directly at us, by us, for us. You could,
but it's a really cool place. If you are bored and end up in Hollywood in the evenings,
they open at 5, I think.
Yeah, it was 5.
It was 5, right?
Yeah.
And we were there until 8 or 9.
Yeah, we were there for a minute.
We were there for a minute.
And then Lou and I walked out of there drunk.
Well, you did. I wasn't drunk.
Jack was drunk.
Jack was drunk. Jack was absolutely drunk.
Jack was drunk.
Oh, we were there until 9. We were longer than 9 because we left. I'm looking at the receipt right now. I have a bunch of receipts on just so I can scan them to my app. 8:47 is when we got the damn bill.
Well, and the only reason we left is because you guys wanted to go to Ghirardelli's, or Jack wanted to go to Ghirardelli's.
They had some exclusive pins.
So then Lou's girl and I went back in the bar and had another drink while they walked down to the half mile or whatever to Ghirardelli's. And then Jack almost got in a fist fight with a guy in the bathroom in Ghirardelli's.
He touched him.
Look, he bumped into me, so I might have grabbed him by the waist or something, just so that we didn't fall.
Said you showed us. You touched his lower belly. Like,
maybe. I don't know. I was drunk.
Oh, that was lower back. You said lower back.
Oh, I thought it was front. Okay.
No.
When he was telling the story, he was like, and I'm like, my liver.
Well, when it first happened and I was there waiting for him to come out of the bathroom, he told me lower back.
Okay. Then maybe it was lower back.
Or he was drunk. He was drunk. We don't know. It could have been front.
I don't know. Maybe I grabbed his balls. Who fucking knows?
Right. He's trying to help this guy pee. Jack's trying to make sure piss don't end up on the floor. So he's like, look, dude, you're fucking this up. Let me give you a hand.
Here, let me help you tuck the balls back a little bit.
That being said, Jack did not get into a fight.
I did not. Because had it been inappropriate, Lou was like 5 feet behind me.
That is true.
And if there's anybody that's going to start a fight, I think we've learned. It's
Look, we already had our pins paid for.
Right, we were good. They want to throw us out. We already had our shit, so it was fine.
And then we hopped on the road and did the hour and a half drive to Anaheim.
Was it that long? It only felt like 45 minutes.
I think it was 45 minutes.
Okay, I was like, it felt like 45 minutes.
We didn't have traffic for once.
Yeah, it was late enough. We were able to get out of there pretty quick.
And so we went to bed about midnight-ish to get up at 6-ish.
Well, actually, don't forget to tell the part about how half of the people thought that both rooms were 2-bedroom timeshares. And
everybody except for one person thought it was.
And that's the one person who made the reservation.
Yeah.
So we were like, hey, where's the second bedroom?
I was like, this ain't right.
I think Lou and I had a conversation of maybe they put us in the wrong room.
I did. I was like, hey, Jack, is this? He's like, no, let me double check. He's like, no, this is right. I'm like, all right.
That being said, the sofa couch was not the worst sofa couch I've ever slept on.
But it saved you hotel money. That's all that matters in the end.
Points that I use later in the weekend.
That is true. That is true. Points you did lose later in the weekend.
So, all right, woke up, crack of dawn to rope drop at Disneyland.
6, yep. My alarm was set at 6:30, so
we're like, hell's yes, let's go. Got to get on Rise of the Resistance.
We
ran all the way down there and closed.
It was broken as soon as it opened. It was like, okay. Or it never opened.
Breakfast Ronto wraps.
Yeah.
Always the best way to wake up at Disneyland.
Wait, we didn't. No, we didn't do the Falcon first, did we? We went straight to Ronto Wraps.
I think we ate first.
Well, we
So
were
like, cool,
eating.
let's eat.
We were
Oh, yeah.
doing the Ronto wraps when the ride opened because Jack checked
Right.
the map.
Yeah.
So it was only
And then-
closed for like half an hour, 45
Yeah.
minutes.
So we ate, and we're like, well, it's still not open. Let's go fly the Falcon. And then we had that dad and his daughter came on with us. And she was like, I don't know what to do. I don't know if I like this. And she got off. She's like, let's go again.
Right.
Well, no. Not
Oh my
only
God,
let's go again.
that was
I
so
want
right.
these guys to go with us.
Right.
Yeah,
She
she's like, can you
wanted
guys go
us.
with us again?
Yep.
And the
And
dad's
Dad's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Let's find mom.
Sorry.
Let's find mom. She's like, no. The daughter was like, no, forget mom. I'm ready.
Fuck that bitch. I want to ride the Falcon. I'm ready
Right?
to pilot this
I'm
shit.
ready to fly. Exactly. She was ready to fly that. Duke and Jack flew. Me and old girl, we were engineers, and the dad and daughter were gunners.
Yeah.
And it
I
was
tell you
mostly
what,
just
though, being a gunner or being a engineer, I barely got to see the ride. I was too busy looking at the buttons.
Right?
yeah. It'd be nice if they gave you like a little screen.
A little
Of, like-
monitor. That'd be cool.
Yeah, that'd be better. But hey, I was like, I forgot that we're on this ride. I'm just looking for which button. I'm like,
Right.
and dude, I didn't even get. I got 93%. My engineer
Pretty good.
partner got 100%. It's like, what the fuck?
Somebody's on the spectrum.
For sure. Yeah, but dude, I can't do engineer again because every time something lit up, I wanted to push it. You know, it was like all the detail lights. I was pushing all those. I was like, oh, you're supposed to push these ones that are flashing. No, I'm pushing them up. If it's lit up, I'm pushing it.
Lou's like unbuckling the belt and reaching up top.
Dude, I almost did. Dude, I was just like, I can't reach that. There's one back here in the cubby hole. If you look back there, it was like, no, I touched these ones. So how am I supposed to have balance if I don't touch these other ones? When I did the gunner earlier this year, I tried it on either just auto and I guess manual or whatever. I did my side on manual. That is not easy. It's not super difficult, but it's not easy. So next time, I'm definitely doing auto on the damn gunning next time. That was crazy.
Well, and the pilots, for those that have never been on it, there's one that's left and right, and one that's up and down. That's how they do the two pilots. And that shit is sensitive.
Yeah, it is.
Like, you're like doing this, and you do this, and the ship's like, and you're like, wait, no. And then
That
you
was my
overcompensate. Like,
problem.
Too far.
yeah, you end up just spending the entire time overcompensating because you're like, or up and down, same thing, you know?
Oh, for sure. 2 years ago, when the three of us went, I piloted then, and it was like, oh my God, this is sensitive as.
Yeah.
I just couldn't do it.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because you pull the hyperspace levers.
That is true.
And it
That's
doesn't
true.
matter. The rest of the ride doesn't matter.
That was so funny because I heard you talk about, no, it's on
He
my
kept
side.
reaching over.
I
You
was all
had a
like,
choice.
I was like, he's trying to push his damn buttons over there.
Trying to yank my lever.
Yep.
Disneyland.
I was like,
no
remind
shot.
you of Ghirardelli? What's happening right now?
For real. Jack had flashbacks.
Yeah, that's why he got so mad. He was like, oh, we got a fight up in here? Yeah, then after that, we...
Went
Rise
to the
was
lights.
open.
See, I thought Rise was first and then Millennium.
Mm-mm.
I thought we
so were
left
killing time.
Oga's. I thought, not Oga's. I thought we left the Ronto Raps
Ronto,
to
the
go
Docking
to
Bay
Rise.
9.
And then we hit the Falcon on the way back.
That was a long
I think-
time we got on it.
Yeah, that was a whole week ago after that. I don't-
Jack was still drunk, by the way.
Yeah. No, that came up later when we went home.
When the other folks that were there, when you watch this podcast, drop a comment and tell us what order that was. Because
Yeah.
we don't know.
And then we
Then
had
we went
gone
to go
into
get-
Doc Ondars, and Lou... Go ahead, Lou.
I was late. No, because...
Well, no, because you guys walked to the
We
car.
walked
The two
in.
of you left to
No,
go to the
yeah,
car.
before that, though. Before
Was
that,
that
though.
just for the popcorn buckets?
Yeah, as we went to go get the popcorn buckets. And
No,
then
I
we
thought,
went
you
to
had, I
Doc's.
thought you had bought the lightsabers before.
we did.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, that was
Yeah,
on
we
the way
totally
up.
did. But you two went to go look at the saber case.
Yes.
And
And
I
you
was
were
at the
over
back
looking at the
walls looking at the
holocrons.
holocrons and the other stuff on the complete opposite side. And then Jack walks up to me.
Mm-hmm.
And he
Little
says,
devil horns I sat on his shoulder.
yeah, I know you weren't planning to do the lightsaber build this trip. However, or if you were, now I know it was if you were. If you were planning on doing the lightsaber build, I will forgive you because they have the Anakin, what do they call it? Anakin Saga?
Evolution.
Evolution or whatever it is.
Something like that, yeah.
They had the Anakin lightsaber set for $550. That was retail cost. So $550 here. And I was like, mother F. I kind of already had a plan for the lightsaber thing because it was going to be a birthday present. And it was like, but it's Vader / Anakin, and they have it right here.
And then she brought it out.
And then
from
she
behind.
pulled it out from the display.
And then she's like, by the way, it plays music. And she opened it, and it played like Anakin's music going into into the Imperial March. And like,
once the Vader breathing Imperial March is, it's like, where do I pay at?
I'm just really glad they had
wrap it up. I pulled up my credit card and wrap it up.
I'm glad all of the lightsabers win that reinforced glass, because if not, Lou would have punched a hole through the front of it when he was standing in front of that.
Man, I would have just get a nice little smooth hole in front of it, and something else would have happened.
Lou's glory hole at Doc Ondar's.
Man, ain't nothing friction can't fix. So yeah, ended up getting it. It was just like as soon as it was finished with the thing, I literally said, wrap it up, pulled up my credit card, said, where do I go? And the lady pointed me in the right direction. Literally, it was to my right. And I got that damn saber. Yeah, that happened.
Ain't nobody even mad about it, though.
You know, right, though? It was like, all right, this happened. I'm good. I had no intention of buying it, but it was within my budget. So I was like, what the hell? We're not going over to DCA to get alcohol, so I'll spend less. Yep. So we're good.
And then
we went and got the popcorn buckets, I think.
Yeah. And then you guys...
Chewbacca head popcorn buckets. And they had gingerbread ones, but we couldn't find the gingerbread ones all night.
No. Damn.
And then you guys
tried to find
and went out to the car.
We tried to get a locker first.
After the locker fail.
Yeah, after the locker fail. Because the lightsaber box was too big to fit in the large lockers.
Well, it took 2 locker visits.
Well, yeah.
Yeah,
the first locker
that was an hour out.
Yeah,
just trying to figure.
That was so crazy. We walked in, got through, and as soon as we realized there was no space, and we turned around, the line had doubled in length.
Yep.
In the 15 minutes, 10 minutes we were there, it was wild. And then that's when Jack's like, "Hey, there's another set of lockers outside the gates," so we went and checked that out. And that's when you found out that we got the large one, but it was like
large enough.
Inch. It was like an inch. It was probably an inch too long, half inch.
Or
it was
less,
it
dude.
freaking barely missed it. So at that point, we're like, we're not gonna walk around with this thing all day. And I wasn't thinking about it because I should have been like, hey, can you put this on hold or buy it and hold it or whatever,
or taking it to the droid depot.
Well, I don't know if that was an option. So that's what I'm saying. I should have asked to see if all of that was an option, or you just buy it at the end of the day or the next day at downtown Disney. But I didn't want to risk it not being there.
Yep.
But I should have asked. I didn't. Whatever. Well, to be fair, we thought the lockers would fit it.
Also true.
So, and you know what though? And I didn't want to walk all the way back there to see if they would hold it after the fact either. We had already got to the end gate. So that's when we did after that, it was like, okay, let's just take the shuttle back and drop it off of the car. We parked at one of Disney's lots. So it's like, we'll just take the shuttle. And
that's when my girl showed up.
As a matter of fact, it was perfect timing. As we were on our way back from the shuttle, they were parking their car. So the 5 of us came back together at that point. It wasn't bad. What an hour round trip.
Yeah. It's that.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think I timed it. It was like 55 minutes. I think I told you. I was like, hey, for future use. And that was 55 minutes with a delay at security because we had to come back inside with the lightsaber because we went out the wrong side exit. We went out the left to the right, blah, blah, blah. So we killed. So the whole thing round trip would have been 45 minutes. Wasn't bad. We got to drop off some stuff that we like the Chewbacca popcorn buckets, the lightsaber case. And we still got to keep the locker. So when the girls did show up, we all got back. We could throw some jackets or stuff you didn't need until the nighttime in the locker. So it still had its value.
It worked out.
Yeah.
And Lou's girl and I rode the railroad. She'd never done the railroad before, so we made it.
He's a little jelly now.
I am. I was like, man, I ain't done that.
But
what'd you get to see?
I got to wave at people as you're going around. Just wave.
Unzipped, and I got to see everything. It was a great train ride. She said.
Yeah. I showed her I showed her the prehistoric world, even though Lou's older than I am.
Mm-hmm. That's Universal, man. Get it right. Wrong theme park.
And then after we group back up, we
your girl.
Yeah. My friend that I met at my friend's wedding a couple months ago lives in Southern California. When we were at the wedding, I mentioned to her that we had already made this trip to go to California and do Disneyland, so she was all excited. She had a She has an annual pass, so she joined us as well. And it was fine because Jack's Littlest and her basically are like their vibe was the same, which is chaos and madness.
I'm just saying, there was a point I had another one of her pills. I was going to slip it to her to even it out for all of us.
This is for you, and this is for her.
Here, both of you take a drink, sip out of this a specific water bottle.
And nobody else touch it. Nobody else touch the bottle.
Nobody else, just these two.
But yeah, so that was a good time.
Yeah, she was the local.
Yeah. And also it was, like I said, it was nice to have somebody that we could be like, okay, just walk with her. I think
overall though, she was pretty cool.
Yeah. I think I still have PTSD from Comic-Con, so it was nice to not
Yeah, that's true.
Love your kids, Jack, but
did she want the little one ride with you on anything?
No, the one ride she wanted to ride with me on was Haunted Mansion, and she fucking ditched me right before we got there.
Oh, that's right. She wanted to ride by herself.
It was.
I think she wanted to ride by herself.
Which one? It wasn't Haunted Mansion because Jack was like, "I'm going to ride with you on Haunted." We ride on Haunted Mansion together. It's our thing.
It was that one then, because you were supposed to. Because I thought you were going to have your own car.
The girls on us, and they wanted to ride by themselves. Because I remember both of them got onto their own car, and then you and I got on.
So that's the second time I've been to Disneyland with your family, and your little has ditched me at the last second. So,
look, she has an ADHD. It's literally a medical issue. She forgets what happened 10 seconds ago. So it's
try not to take it personal.
It's not personal. If we medicated her, it would be fine. She would remember and she would follow through.
But she'd also be like,
yeah, she's
barely
less
alive.
Fun. Yeah,
that zombie conversation we had earlier.
Yeah. And then what did we do after everybody got together? We
just hit all the rides, dude. We're just kind of
that was it. Yeah, we're trying to organize the times for the rides with your guys' Dash Pass versus our Lightning Pass. Yeah. We were just trying to organize that. We got it set up, and then you're right. It was just ride after ride. We just timed it where we tried to do some rides the rest of the way.
Yeah, the only ride we didn't do was Indiana Jones.
Short. Right? If it was short, we got in it. Yeah, I was okay with that. That was a bumpy ass ride, man. Last time we did it.
No, we did. Well, we did. I think we jumped right into It's a Small World, right? And we did Jungle Cruise.
No, I don't think. I think no. Small World we killed time after something. I thought we did something. Then we did Small World to kill time.
Yeah, I think Jungle Cruise is the first one we did.
That makes sense
because we were going to do Pirates.
It was a short line.
Timing got messed up, and
so
then we went to kill time, and then Small World, and
because a couple people linked their accounts together and left two other people out of it and forgot to put them in. So then after that got resolved, then we all got put on the same.
What do you mean by you people, Lou?
I don't know. I ain't gonna call Dave. I ain't gonna call nobody out on who did that. That's just that'd be messed up. So I'm not gonna call anybody out. But that happened. But then we got it fixed.
Happens every day. Happens every day at Disneyland. I guarantee you, there's at least 100 people that go, okay, I got everybody in my party. Fast pass. Wait, no, I'm not in your party. Shit, everything's fucked.
Right, dude. And if you miss it by like 30 seconds. You're like 50 minutes outside the. It's like what the hell? That ain't no joke. That stuff ain't no joke. Although I guess I like the fast pass. I didn't like. I only used it really twice. I think I only used it 2 times.
Don't know if
we did okay with it. I mean, even without it.
That's what I mean. Without it was
still hit everything.
It wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. I thought we would need it, and it turns out we really didn't need it because the lines. Although. I suppose it did help for, what is that, Space Mountain?
It would have helped.
It helped like a mofo for Space Mountain. Because I don't know that we made it.
I mean, you guys were still gone for like an hour.
Well,
we didn't use the fast pass for Space Mountain.
Right. It was supposed to be a 25-minute, or it was supposed to be like a 25-minute wait, because that's what it said when we got there. And it turned out it was a 55-minute wait.
Yep.
So that was just a BS crap.
So you didn't use the fast pass for... Okay, so it would have helped there.
What the hell did we use it? Remember because they booted us? There was something Haunted Mansion.
We did it on Pirates.
It was Haunted Mansion. Yeah. Because it booted us for that time frame because it was supposed to be 10:50, and then the ride broke, and then it cleared our reservation for the fast pass, and then when it came back on, it gave us the time 2 hours sooner. So it was like winning. Let's do
Right.
that. Then.
Sold.
But I mean, I think the park overall was really slow because
It was.
the
Well,
fact
I mean,
that- the
we
fact that-
discussed
the
it
fact that we were
before
able to.
that I've heard that the week after Thanksgiving is generally pretty slow, just because everybody already traveled for Thanksgiving. They're getting ready for Christmas. So I think that week is just like a sweet spot where it's
We need to
not
remember
that
that.
busy.
Yeah.
We need to remember that.
Yeah,
Right.
if we're going to start doing this annually, I think that's definitely our sweet spot. Our sweet spot as well. But I mean, we cleared out the entire Fantasyland rides set
Yeah,
of
we did.
Fantasyland,
That was
which
cool. I
I don't
enjoyed
think,
that.
think I'd ever done that before. Like, I mean, we usually don't do the Fantasyland rides, period. So the fact that we were able to get through like 5 of them,
Yeah, we
Right?
did all of them except for Peter Pan.
Yeah.
Peter
And it was
Pan's
all
one
new
that
to
ever
me,
has.
so
Yeah.
I enjoyed all of that. That was
and Lou had never done the teacups before, so
nope, sure didn't. Although spinning that thing, I feel like I'm a weak mofo because I thought I'd be able to spin that thing like crazy.
they geared them
I didn't.
down.
I couldn't. It was man. Okay, I feel better now because I was like, I always thought it was supposed to be, everybody's gonna get sick on this because you're going so fast, and it was like I can barely spin. What the hell's going on here?
I'm guessing when the cost of cleaning solution for the throw up reached a certain level, they're like, okay, tighten the governor up because
Right.
both me and the girl I was with were cranking, just like let's get us go, and it felt like felt like you were almost kind of in a molasses or something. Like it didn't feel
Yeah,
like
it was like you're right. It was like in mud or whatever it was. It was okay, but I guess maybe there was a carnival I've been to or something like that, and those
Yeah.
ones will spin really
yeah.
fast.
Yeah.
Those ones don't have laws governing them. It's
Yeah.
Wild West with those.
you're
yeah.
likely to just fly out the door. Like
Yeah. No, like you signed a waiver when you bought a ticket. Fuck
Yep.
off.
Then we did Two Town. We did Runaway Runaway Picnic. Is that what it's
Runaway
called?
Rail.
So that's
yeah.
the one we got
yeah,
stuck
yeah.
on for a
Yeah,
few
and then
minutes.
we got stuck like at the very, very end, waiting for the
Literally.
last door to open.
Lou was about to miss his line with the picnickers.
Yeah, because I was like, where's racist Goofy? What the hell, man?
Yep.
That's why we got on this ride, so we can hear racist Goofy.
Racist
And then-
jaundiced Goofy. My man's eyes are yellow as hell in that ride.
And then Jack surprised all of us by getting us into a photo opportunity with Darth Vader. So that was the second. Like this was it was not even Lou's birthday, but it was Lou's fucking birthday. Like
100. Another big old cheesy smile. As soon as he turned the corner, I was like, oh, my eyes got big.
Right?
That was cool.
Yeah, your eyes were the only thing that got big. Come on, now.
Yeah. That's just,
Yeah,
it's a good thing he wasn't wearing sweatpants that day. I'm just saying.
exactly.
thank you, rubber undies.
And that was fun. It was
That
fun
was
when
And then we all got a photo too. That
yeah, it was. But then at the end,
was your girl. I want to shake your head.
nope, she was like, and he's like, no.
Yep, straight up. Put her hand out.
Well, he was in the middle.
He-
The voice box was in the middle of saying something else, and then he's like, "No!" Like he stopped talking, and was like, "Go, you're out."
did something to you too, Jack?
Yeah, so
'Cause you had a rebel shirt on.
you had your Vader shirt on, and he's like, "Oh, I sense the dark side in you." And I had my Grogu Christmas sweater on. He said, "Don't put your faith in the Jedi." Well, that's
Yeah, that's what it was. I was like, that's
cool. Grogu's not a Jedi though, so fuck that guy.
not yet.
And
Darth
then
Vader's dead when Grogu shows up, anyways.
Grogu can be like 150 in the future movies, and he can go against Darth Talon.
and then we were able to get into Olga's.
Yep,
I think that was after.
that was a hot mess because of Space Mountain, because of the aforementioned Space
Yeah,
Mountain.
we had a 6:20 reservation that we should have been able to make because they told us 25 minutes for
Mhm.
Space Mountain. But yeah, that did not happen, so we missed our 6:20 reservation.
But you know what? We
But
still got a table though.
I was gonna say, but it did work out though because we got a table and
Yeah, it worked out for all of you because I'm fucking pack horse and
Pack
everything.
Mule, yep.
Everyone had left their backpacks and shit with me, and they're like texting, like, "We're going a different direction. We're not coming by you. You need to bring the stuff to us." And I'm like, "Mother."
No, that's not what it was. We were still going to go by you, but we know you're walking slower because you have the hurt knee or foot. It's foot. The hurt foot. So it's like, hey, give Duke the heads up. So because we thought we could still make the reservation or whatever they'd hold it for. So it was like, let Duke know to go now, so we don't ditch him. We can catch up to him as we're walking by. And we thought we would walk by you. Like, oh, there he is, and then grab all the stuff, and then we walked together. But we didn't see you the whole time. It was weird.
I think I took the wrong turn when I got into Galaxy.
He made a wrong turn at Albuquerque.
I'm not Galaxy's Edge to me. I don't know the layout very well. So
Okay.
I don't know, like once you get past the cutout, like when you actually get into Batu, like the quickest
Where to
way to
go?
get to Olga's, like I think I made a left, was supposed to make a right type of thing.
Get rid of that L. It's Olga's.
Olga's?
She's not Russian.
I like
yeah,
it.
exactly. What's her Olga Kurylenko or whatever?
That's what I think about. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, me too.
It's homegirl from Triple X,
Taskmaster.
right?
Triple X. Yeah.
I can't remember the first movie I saw her in. Was it? I don't think it was Triple X, was it?
It was.
No, that was
I don't think so. Something.
No, was it that vampire movie?
Asia Argento was in Triple X.
Oh yeah.
Argento's
She's cute,
the guy who directed
Pull up
Zombie.
her
and stuff.
IMDb later, but there's a.
Nah, pull up her Mr. Skin, son.
I mean, not while we're live. Shit.
You know, Jack's gonna do like a little blur part, just like right here, just like burp burp.
Oh, I forgot to ask you this. With the drinks at Olga's, had you had all of them minus the new one, of course, that just came out? But the other ones, you had that Jedi mind trick?
Yeah, I think I've thrown through that whole menu.
The Jedi mind trick was an OG one, I thought.
Yeah.
The Jedi mind trick was one of the first.
Yeah, no,
ones.
it was the cinnamon creamy one that me and Lou's girl got. I think my
that
wife
was
got
the new
one
one.
too.
Yeah,
that was the new one for Life Day.
Kashi and something.
Yeah.
And then you got the shot.
Yeah.
The jet fuel one.
Oof. God damn.
Yeah. That'll put hair on your chest.
Like I need
hair
more.
on hair on your chest.
Lou got his bloody rancor.
I did. The bacon, dog. It's that bacon.
Our waiter was pretty hilarious.
Yeah, he was. He was good.
Our
It's
server
good when
was...
those guys are in character. Sometimes you get them, there's like, welcome to Disneyland. What can I get you? And you're like, look, fucking Eeyore.
Oh, no.
You need to right sons me.
Right, man.
Tell me how much Oga hates you.
I guess you're going to want...
You have 45 minutes until you have to leave.
Right. 2 drink maximum, you whatever. Sure.
So we did pretty good on that, I feel like, as far as the drinks go.
Oh, and you got your Lowe's cat.
I got my Lowe's cat. It's in...
To go with your mug, your popcorn bucket.
Now.
Yep, along with my lightsabers that I could not bring back, or chose not to bring back. I could have brought it back, but I chose not. It'd have been a bitch to do it, but I was like, you know what? It's too much headache. Worst case scenario, I'll send Jack $40, have that shit shipped.
Right.
It's already pocket.
For real, just slap a label on that bitch.
And then you guys went off to go do... What was after Olga's? Because we split up because I just stayed in...
That's when we went and did Pooh.
Yeah, okay. You guys did Pooh and then...
Was it right after that?
I think so, because it was getting late-ish.
No, I don't...
Wait, no. After Olga's...
That's not
Olga's
right.
was... we did the
we did
fireworks.
that towards the end of the night, going back.
Oh, that's true.
Back there is when we did Pooh.
We did Olga's.
Oh, was that late?
Was 7. Yeah, because we didn't get into like 7.
So then
we were there till
we would have went to go
quarter till
for fireworks.
Till 8. Yeah, it was we left at quarter till, or got the bill at quarter till 8 ish.
So
yeah, you're right. Then we left to go do.
So the last time we did this, there was an area in Batu, Galaxy's Edge, that you could watch the fireworks from the spire, and we thought it was super cool. Turns out Disney also thought it was super cool. And turns out they're like, oh, by the way, now if you want to see it from that perspective, it'll be $90 a person, extra.
Yeah.
For that 15 minutes, and all of us were like, "Hell no!"
No, that wasn't it. Lou wanted to see normal.
It's 20 minutes.
Lou wanted to see normal fireworks.
Yeah, but Lou also wanted to see it from.
Yeah, I hadn't, because the other 2 times that I had been before this one, we were in Galaxy's Edge for both fireworks. So, like they said, I wanted to see it around closer to the castle, and we got to do it. So, and we got a good spot too. I wasn't mad about it. I was like, we were there. We got to see everything going on.
Yeah.
We were on Main Street, I think, so we got to see the images on the projections in the building. It was super cool. I liked it.
Oh, rewind real quick. Trippy, when we were doing the Alice in Wonderland thing and we come outside, there's a little thing at the end of Alice in Wonderland where the little carts go outside the building for 30 seconds or a minute. And they were doing the lighting of the candles or the celebration of the candles. It was probably like 7 or 8 people wide walking down the street underneath where the Alice in Wonderland ride was, all chanting Christmas stuff, and all of them had candles, and you pop out and you're like, this is so weird that we're in like the Alice in Wonderland ride where you're supposed to be high as shit, and you come back out and then some wild like Midsommar type shit's happening like outside, and you're like, what is going on right now?
I guess that's a big thing, though.
It was one of their holiday. They go to the Christmas tree at the other end of Main Street and have a whole thing.
Chairs and shit were out there.
So yeah, so then after the fireworks, I split off from the group and went back to Batu, which ended up being super fucking cool. And then everybody else did Winnie the Pooh, and there was something else that people wanted to do. I don't remember what it was, but Jack and I had lightsaber building at 10, 11, 15 or something.
11:25.
Yeah. And so I went back to Batu by myself. I love Disneyland after fireworks because that place becomes like a ghost town.
And you didn't want to do Star Tours a bunch of times because they limited the variety.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, and also my foot was really bothering me by that point, so I don't think I could have done the laps. And again, we did it earlier. That was one of the rides we did do earlier was Star Tours.
Yeah.
And since I already seen the one, there was like a little variety, right, Jack? There's like 2 opening scenes and like two or three mid scenes,
3 messages, and then the Purgles.
Purgles at the end.
It's very disappointing.
Batu after fireworks is really cool. It was really quiet.
Mm-hmm.
I just sat there for like an hour just chilling. I went and got myself some blue milk, drank it before Lou got back.
You're looking out. Lou supports
blue milk. It's not milk.
I had an interesting interaction with one of the cast members. They were putting all the tables and stuff back from the area they had cleared out for the fireworks. And he asked me like how my, bright moons? Is that what they call it at night?
Mm-hmm. Rising moons?
Rising moons. There you go.
Rising moons, yeah.
Asked me how my time was, and I was like, I'm just sitting here wondering how I get to move in here. And he makes a comment about it. Life isn't always, it's not always greener on the other side type of thing. I made a joke about them doing the Tetris with the tables every night and how they make it work. Because I had overheard them talking, but they were talking like cast members. They weren't talking like Batuians.
Right.
And they were talking about how annoying it was that they always just buy new tables instead of repairing the tables that they had, which I thought was funny. Because there were like a couple of the tables where like the tops were obviously not attached well to the legs type of thing. And then I tried to be in world and said, every time we visit your guys' planet, you're always super hospitable and I appreciate it or whatever. So please let everybody else, that here know that. And the guy goes like, oh, but I think he's one of the guys that he works at night. He's one of the ones that like organizes all the bullshit at night, cleans up everybody's, all the shit that people leave behind. There, like, it looked like he had just started his shift. And he's like, man, I never heard anybody say that before, so I appreciate it. So that was cool. That was a cool little interaction, where, just paying somebody a compliment who probably doesn't see very many people at night. Because that place was a fucking dead zone. Like, there was like it was like a 10, it was a 10-minute wait for Smuggler's Run.
Yeah, which means no wait.
Yeah, and I think
10 or 5 is the minimum.
And Rise closes after fireworks, right, Jack?
So, or before fireworks.
No, they used to. They started keeping it open later now.
Okay,
I think it closed at like 10 or something else. So yeah, a little after fireworks, but it used to close at like 7 or something.
Because they took them that long to get all the maintenance done for the next day.
Yeah,
and then finally the group showed back up. What did you guys do while I was in Batu?
We went to Winnie the Pooh. So that's the little one's jam. She loves it.
I don't know that we did much.
I think it was just that. Then we went to the
fireworks store. Hold on, fireworks.
No, hold up, because Lou separated because I bought the girls snacks. We got a Tigger tail and some cookies and some other shits.
Yeah, but that was in the store.
Yeah, but you were gone after that though because we were sitting around for a minute near Pooh eating.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
And went somewhere.
We did go. We headed back towards Duke.
Okay.
Because we ran into him before you guys showed up, I thought.
Right. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Yes, we just hung out.
No, because we met at Winnie the Pooh.
Right, but after Pooh, I took the girls.
After Pooh, that's right. After Pooh, we kept going and met up with Duke.
Yeah.
Because I asked you how to get out. You're like, go up here and go left.
Right.
And good thing old girl was with me because I was like, okay, he said go left, we're going left. And then after that I was like, I think we go this way. She's like, yes, we go this way. She knew where we were going. So I was like, all right, cool. And then, so we met up with Duke for a bit because you guys showed up like 30, 45 minutes later. Not even that long. Probably
no, it wasn't,
30 or less. You guys showed up. And that's when it was like, okay, we don't have anything to do until 11:25. Because during that time, before we met up with Duke, I took her to do her droid build.
That's what you left to do.
That's what you did.
I knew it was back that way towards Duke, but I can't remember that. Well, yeah, we did the droid build because she wanted to do that for her birthday. That was like the whole her own birthday present to herself because she got it last time. She got the chopper type of droid, and this time she wanted a BB unit.
I can't believe she lost her remote control.
Right.
She was a grown-ass woman.
Grown-ass woman with a 7-year-old. But she downloaded the app and it did work. And it has more options too. Like it made more noise. Huh. So that was kind of cool. So she
try
liked
that with little ones then.
Yeah, so she did it yesterday, I think, or day before, and she was loving it. So So the download did work. It was great. She purple's her favorite color, so she made herself a purple BB unit. Love that. And then since you guys were doing the lightsaber build and I'd already done it, I took her over to Savi's to go look at the 4 different options they have. Or, well, obviously more than 4 options technically, but the 4 styles that they had. Just so she could look at it. It's like, oh, that's super cool. And then we went to go meet up with Duke.
And then hey, Lou.
No, I was gonna say then that's when that
then I'm like,
we're sitting with Duke for like
we ain't doing shit. So let's see if they'll let us in early.
Yep.
So, and they did.
You guys showed up. Yeah, they're like, hey, we have 11:25, or they have 11:25 reservation. So we have nothing to do right now. So can we go in early? And they appreciated the hell out of that. They were like, yes.
So I'm like, who's going? I'm like, me, and I pointed to Duke him, and then we pointed at Lou's girl, and she's like, what?
Right, she was all excited, eyes all big. What? Because it was a birthday present that I was doing for her, and did not tell her about it. And that was the whole thing. And this backtracks all the way to the lightsaber thing, because I had planned on doing the lightsaber with them, with old girl, so all 4 of us could do it and all that. And it was like, okay, and she'd be totally surprised. And then the lightsaber option presented itself. I'm like, well, I'm not going to take away the opportunity for her, but I'll take it away for me and just double up and get and pay twice as much and just get the saber instead. I was like, yeah, no problem. I've already done it. I'm good.
You got 3 lightsabers.
3 lightsabers for the price of 1,
and a badass
3 lightsabers for the price of 2.
I was like, yeah, we're good. So so she was super super shocked.
And a box that will sing at me.
In a box that'll exactly.
At that point, Jack, your family like tailed off, right? The rest of your family bailed, right?
I don't think,
except for your oldest.
Oldest was there.
Yeah, my oldest stayed.
Yeah, because you could bring in one. You could
the other 2. Hold on, the other 2 went on. They went on at different rides. My God, they went and did rides.
Yeah, they did something.
Yeah, but we didn't go back with them. Was my point. We loaded everybody into our car.
Oh, that's right. They straight bailed on us.
Yeah, after that, after they finished their rides, they did not wait. They just
they straight bailed on us.
Yeah,
that's right.
So the nice thing about doing the lightsabers this time was that we actually had Lou there, not doing a lightsaber, so he was able to take some really cool pictures. Sam, I think, was the guy who led our group.
Oh, that dude was cool.
Definitely. I mean, I will say again for the second time, those guys, while they do generally follow a script, like
there's going to be a level of intensity, how much they're into it.
Yeah. And I feel like we've gotten lucky both times.
Without ruining it, if you go to Disneyland, you have not been there since they opened up Galaxy's Edge, bring the 250.
Yep.
Spend it on that.
Bring 250, build the saber, get the experience. You will not be
worth
disappointed.
It. Skip every other souvenir, toy, whatever. If you got to skip a churro or 2, do the lightsaber.
But don't skip the Darth Vader lightsabers if you're into that.
Opportunity cost is real. It's okay.
But I ended up getting the standard Jedi lightsaber this time. Jack got the dark side lightsaber, and
she got the nature one.
Yeah,
nature one
in purple.
I had my Roosevelt's Dagobah drip shirt on.
Oh my God. 13, 12,
15.
13,
ended up being 15 at the end.
That was the final number.
Because I got it when I went back down. So I went back downstairs to go grab the drinks. or I had left the room to go get something, and I got back in the elevator, and there was a girl there who I think worked for somebody. She had a cart, like a rolly cart full of sodas and drinks, and she got on the elevator with me, and she was like, "Oh, nice shirt," and I'm like, "Yeah, 15. What's up?" So throughout the day, I ended up getting 15 compliments on it. So definitely an investment.
Totally
well worth it.
Roosevelts are worth it just for your ego.
Yeah.
Even
100%.
to our Christmas party last night, I wore my new Frosty one. Bunch of compliments. One guy even knew what it was. It's like, oh man, I missed out on that Roosevelt. I'm like, yeah, sucker.
And you're like,
we shirt wasn't everything.
You're like, we should be friends.
All right, y'all. We're gonna have to pick up this story in next episode. It's been in 90 minutes. I gotta get up.
Yeah, we're gonna have to save Goofy's kitchen and my girl knocking people over.
She's really enthusiastic.
Very, very much so.
Well, tune in next week for part 2.
Right? We'll fill y'all in. Don't worry.
We all still got to get home.
Right?
You're right. You're right. We haven't done that yet.
We barely even left the park.
Football bar. We got a lot to do still.
Yeah, the girl who was a Oregon Denver 9, but
but a California 7.
Yep. Jack don't even know that part of the story yet.
But it's so true. After I took a step back, I was like, "What are you talking about?" Then I looked at her, like, "I see where you're going with that. I feel you, bruh. I feel you."
Well, we're back in the fold, gents. 35.
You're all welcome. Yeah.
Are we up to 35?
For us coming back, we know you missed us, and you can have peace of mind again. You're welcome. We care.
Yeah. You guys have yourselves a good week.
Oh, I will.
We'll chat again next Sunday.
I'm not even working tomorrow.
Oh, this guy. Right.
This guy is taking days off.
Like he's got extra time or something.
Taking my boss's boss to the Raiders game.
Yeah, you guys are playing tomorrow night.
Oh, look at that. It's a home game. I forgot it was a home game. Yep. Boss's boss going with you.
Suck up. You got to
my girl going too.
Yeah.
Of course,
she's her daughter.
Dude, don't even. That's not even a question. Is she going?
All right. Peace out, y'all.